Hello, boyos.
Hello, boyos.
Welcome to Last Week in Games, where we are the only podcast to ask the serious questions, such as, is it video games? And we're here to tell you that yes, it is. Everything you ever loved or even hated is video games. Last week, a couple of things happened. There's a Pokemon thingy, the Dice Awards, something about Call of Duty, and something about Nintendo. We'll get into it. I don't want to spoil anything. You gotta stay tuned.
Well prepared, well-oiled machine over here.
You got it. That who is rudely interrupting me is Jacob Woods.
Hello.
What is up, Jacob? How are you doing?
I am doing well, my friend. Doing very well.
We just had like a 20-minute conversation about vitamin water.
It totally could have been the beginning of the show, and I wasted it.
Could have been, and you wasted it. So
yeah.
I don't know what to tell you, folks.
This is why you should watch live over on twitch.tv/lonercast.
Beautiful segue. My name is Nick. Thanks for tuning in. Jake, you know the question I'm about to ask you. You know what it is.
You know what it is.
What you been playing?
You know, I wish I could say Elden Ring, but it's just not true. It's just not true. I posted a video on our YouTube channel, which you should check that out too. Just all the promos.
I did see it.
Which we did. I recorded it live on twitch.tv/lonercast.
Whoa!
But on the Lonercast YouTube channel, I posted the video.
You know what's funny? You say that, and you know who our sponsor is this week? The Lonercast, which you can watch at twitch.tv/lonercast.
Shouts out to Lonercast. We love those guys over there.
Also, Lonercast on YouTube, and check out the Twitter, Lonercast1 on Twitter. So, yeah, prop to them.
Definitely. But I posted a video. Basically, GameStop screwed me out of Elden Ring on like the opening night, which is when I planned on putting a good chunk of time into it, at least like a couple hours on stream. But they screwed me out of my midnight release, so it just didn't happen. And I was going to play last night, and we ended up going to a little like arcade thing here in Arizona. It's really cool. It's called Starfighters. Really cool place. If you're ever in Arizona, check it out. But we went there. I had a couple drinks, and when I got home, I totally just passed out.
It was also pretty late by the time that we got back.
True. Yeah, it was like 9 o'clock, but I'm usually up. I could usually stream for a while, but I was tired, and I fell asleep. And I woke up today. I was like, maybe I'll stream a little today. It just didn't happen. I ended up playing Pokemon. So
at least you're trying to beat that.
Yeah, I didn't play. I haven't started Elden Ring yet, but I have it. It's in my possession. It's installed on the PlayStation. So I'll let you talk about that in a moment. But I've continued my journey in Horizon Forbidden West, and
good.
I'm enjoying it. I think I like the first one better so far, though, just story wise. Like,
I can see that.
Like, I was just more kind of invested at this point in the story. They set up Aloy a lot better in the first one, which makes sense. You know, she was a new character. In this one, it's just sort of you start like, oh god, you start like you know, you hit the ground running in this one. So it's sort of it really is a continuation of the first one, which makes you kind of not connect to Aloy immediately. And Aloy's sort of like I like her, like she's a bit more like
sassy.
Edge. Yeah, she's more sassy in this one because she's like, I'm the savior, bitch. Like, I'm the king of these lands, you know? Like, so I kind of like that, but at the same time, I liked her in the first one because she was like an underdog. And, you know, you're always rooting for the underdog. She's not an underdog in this. Everyone knows who she is. She's like a legend now. Which, that's just one thing. Then the gameplay-wise, there are a lot of things that I like that they've added in this. Like, I think the swimming sections are really awesome. I think they're
That's
actually
unique.
It's really good. It's really good shit. Because the first one had like no swimming. It was so bad. It was one of those things where you're either on top of the water or slightly underneath. It's one of those things.
Fine. Yeah, that's fine. And I don't hate developers for doing that because swimming levels tend to be some of the worst levels in video games.
Sometimes. Depends. This one's really good though. They really spent their time to like, let's make swimming a fun experience in this game. There's like a whole section. I haven't got to. I know you get like a sort of
Jedi
like
rebreather or something like that.
the Jedi thing later on. I haven't gotten that yet, but there's like a section. It reminded me very much of the original Ratchet and Clank, where the water is rising and you have to like get to the end of an area before the water rises all the way. And it was a very good level, and I really liked running through it. And they made climbing.
There's a Sonic mission that's just like that too.
Yeah, there's probably a ton of games like that.
And you have to hit the air bubbles in order to stay
totally.
under there. And then,
classic. Yeah, that's classic shit, dude. But yeah, so like that stuff is cool, and they've added a lot to the climbing and traversal, but at the same time, while adding a lot to the climbing and traversal, they've made it a little bit more like hitchy and like sticky. And if that makes sense, like where in the first one, it's like, oh, I just can't climb here. I'll just have to go around. It's this one, it's like, I can climb it, but I don't want to climb it, but then you'll like stick to it. You know, like one of those sort of deals, or you're like
Assassin's Creed sort of situation.
Exactly. Where you'll like sort of end up on a ledge and you're like, I don't want to be on this ledge. And you get stuck there for a second and then you like jump off. And it's got a little bit of that and it's a little annoying. Yeah, but I still have a long way to go. So
yeah,
that's what I've been playing. And Pokemon, but I'll talk more about Pokemon next week.
Yeah, we can do that. Or there's a Pokemon thingy that happened.
True.
True. You could talk about it there too.
That's a good point.
Well, yeah, I'll piggyback off of that thing that we did yesterday, which is like a little arcade, like an old school arcade where they have pinball games and old school arcade games. Like I played a Star Wars trilogy, I think it's called, where you have like a joystick and you go through 4, 5, and 6, and you shoot down TIE fighters and you fight Boba Fett with like a lightsaber, and then you fight Darth Vader with a lightsaber and you blow up the Death Star twice and stuff like that. Pretty cool. But we mostly played just a shit ton of pinball. I almost said ping pong. A shit ton of pinball, which is great. Like,
yeah, totally.
There needs to. As we were there, I'm like, dude, they need to make somebody out there, maybe us, if we can get the funds, we'll set up a Kickstarter or something.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
And we could get all of the pinball machines that like ever existed, or at least, you know, start to hunt for them and get like an abandoned warehouse, turn it around, and have like Disneyland. So you have like sections of like, oh, this is the haunted part, and you have shit like the Munsters, and you have haunted shit like Jason Pinball, Friday the 13th. Well, that is Jason, you know what I mean. You have like a haunted section, then you have like a Star Wars section, and then you have like music sections because the Who's got one,
AC/DC has one,
AC/DC has
Iron
one,
Maiden.
Iron Maiden,
a lot of metal bands.
A lot of metal bands. So you have all of those, right? And they're in like separate rooms, and it's kind of like a guided tour of everything pinball. And I think that would be so cool to do. It'd be like a museum of just purely pinball, free to play. You know, you charge like $20 to play all day.
See, I'd take it even a step further. Not just pinball, but also old arcades. And then you can have it sectioned off like that. And then within the sections, it's like period. Like you go down the line and it gets older and older. Like, yeah, that'd be sick, cool, man. And you have like
that would be cool.
You have like a fighting cabinet section, and in that section, it gets older and older, back to the older games. That'd be so sick, man.
See, so you'd have to start with something. And I was thinking pinball because I love pinball, and you can't really get pinball a whole lot of places. So that's kind of what I was thinking. You start somewhere, because if you like go full out and you're like, we need arcades, we need fucking checkers and chess and stuff like that, you know, then it kind of gets crazy. And it's like you need like 5-story building to fit everything in it.
I feel like arcades and pinball just go hand in hand. You know what I mean? Like they just go hand in hand.
You're right. And so does like energy drinks and stale chips.
Yeah, so, totally. I guess.
So then we'll sell energy drinks and stale chips as well.
Yeah. It's just such a cool idea, and you don't see it a lot. Like Starfighters, it's just such a cool place. It's so awesome.
It is so cool. Other than that, other than a buttload of pinball. I played a little bit of Cyberpunk. I don't think I like this game, at least not on console. They had the update, the PlayStation 5 update, and I have a PlayStation 5 and it has the update. I'm not seeing a whole lot of changes, to be honest. I feel like the controls got worse, and it's just disappointing to me. The biggest issue I have with Cyberpunk at this current moment is that there is no third person. Why you would change from third person from The Witcher 3? You're probably the best selling game of for a while. Like, it's a really great game and people loved it, so you changed up the status quo and you're like, well, we're going to try something completely different on the same engine, and you just fucked it up. So give me a third person Cyberpunk and maybe it'll be okay. So I'm going to stop that and just not play it until something else happens. But I've been seeing the reviews for Elden Ring, and it's getting some perfect 10s, it's getting some 9s, a couple of 8s for people that dealt with like bugs and stuttering and stuff. And yes, there is stuttering, but I saw the reviews, I decided to pick it up. I picked it up for PC, and so far I like it. I've probably only put in an hour and a half, but so I made the character. That took me an hour, and then the other half hour I was just kind of wandering around. I wasn't like going the direction it was telling me. I was just like, well, what's behind me? Because you start and you come out of like this tower, and it's an open world, and it's like, yeah, fuck that, I'm gonna go back here.
That's a classic like, Souls thing too, where it's like, what's behind me? Gotta check.
So, and then the world just keeps going. So I've ran into like a fucking dragon, and I'm like, I'm not gonna fight that. So I'm just like crouching behind. I'm like, there's no way in hell. I just started, and I fought a couple of guys on horses and a couple of like really easy to hit kill zombie guys, sort of thing, some rats and whatnot. And then I came back because I had to leave to do something. And then today, before the show, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna need something to talk about of what we played. And so I put about 40 minutes into it, and found a little like cave that had a whole bunch of dogs in it, and killed all the dogs. Way more dogs in that cave than I had first. Like, I approached, and there's like 2 dogs sleeping and 2 dogs kind of like watching guard. So I came down and landed on them, and then 7 dogs just out of nowhere. Just I didn't die, but then to the end of the cave, there's a boss fight. I'm like, oh, I know what the Shield of Mist is. So I go through it, and that's a beast man, some sort of beast man with a big old cleaver. And it took me about 5 tries, but I killed him. He gave me a thing, and it was fun. It was rewarding. I think I enjoyed that way more than I've enjoyed Bloodborne or Sekiro. Yeah, it's good. It's good so far. And I want to try that with the multiplayer, but I haven't had the opportunity to. But yeah, check it out. It's good.
Just want to touch on Elden Ring real quick. Just like the conversation, you know, it happens every time there's a Souls game that comes out. Like the difficulty conversation and the accessibility conversation. And I just want to say, you know, I haven't played Elden Ring yet. I'm sure I'll like it. I'm sure I'll love it. I love Bloodborne. You know, like, I'm sure I'll like it just fine. But goddamn, Dark Souls fans are annoying.
Yeah, they are. I haven't really been paying attention to it, honestly.
Yeah, I've been trying to not, but it's impossible to avoid if you're on Twitter for more than 10 minutes. And it's the most annoying shit. I see more people complaining about people complaining than people actually complaining. Right. And it's the most annoying shit. All people are saying is like, accessibility in games is a good thing. If you don't do it, whatever. All people are saying is like that goes without saying in a video game. Like, video game criticism happens.
Yep.
And that's a thing to criticize a game for. Like, if it can have accessibility and it doesn't, well, then you mention it. Doesn't mean it's a bad game. Just means there's not accessibility. And I don't understand why Dark Souls fans wouldn't want more people to have fun. You know what I mean? And Yeah, it's just such an annoying conversation that we have constantly over and over and over again.
So what is the argument? That this Elden Ring's too easy?
No, it's that people shouldn't complain because Elden Ring's just isn't for them then.
Oh. See, I think it's better than Bloodborne as far as what I've played, because there's so many other areas that you can go to. So my problem with like the Souls type games is it's all on rails. It's all hallway stuff. Like you go down a hallway, fight guys along the hallway, and you find a doorway so that you open the doorway, and that doorway allows you to skip the hallway that you went through to kill those guys, right? So you get to get to the boss faster. Then you got to go down another hallway to fight more guys, find another door to unlock so that you can skip those guys as well so that you get to the boss quicker. That's the gameplay loop that I really didn't like about Souls games.
But even then, when you get the shortcut, you still have to get through shit to get to the boss. It's so annoying.
It's like so there's probably like 2 or 3 guys in your way, or you can like sprint through it, right?
Yeah, just let me fight the boss. You know, like I don't want to get through all this shit again. Yeah.
At least the one little like dungeon. It was a room.
It's more about tedium than difficulty.
Room. It was just like, there's the boss. There's a bonfire a room away. I can just run past everything, which is like a dog, right? I all I have to do is run past a dog and then press triangle on this and go through the mist. I didn't get injured at all. It took me 2 seconds to get back to the boss, and it's like I fought him 4 times in the span of 15 minutes.
That's nice.
And it's like, wow, this is great. Like I'm not having the problem of, oh fuck, I died. All right, well, let me die over and over again on my way to him so that I completely forget how to fight him. And then once I get there, I have no health or no whatever. So it is way more accessible. And even if that wasn't the case, you can still be like, I don't need to fight this guy. I'm going to go explore some more. I'm going to level up by killing the easy guys or something like that.
But like notoriously Souls games, including this one, don't have easy modes. They have no accessibility options at all. Like, well, I guess I haven't gone through the settings at all in Elden Ring, but I'd have to venture to guess that there's not a lot. But like you can look at a game like Celeste, right? Which is a fantastic game and very hard. Okay, it's a very, very hard game if you just leave the settings alone. But you can go into the settings. You can turn the game down to half speed. You could make yourself extra sticky. You could give yourself like indestructible, like, you know, and just kind of do whatever you want. You could play the base game and it's hard as fuck. Or if you're a small child or have any other sort of like problems playing games, you can still play the game and have a great time and experience the experience. And I don't know why Dark Souls leans away from that. I guess because their whole thing is that it's hard, but like I don't know.
I think it's the initial fan base that they have. They don't want to disappoint them, and it's kind of like
what I'm saying is you could still
a high score. You know, it's like it is a high score. It's honestly like how quickly can you beat that?
But you can still have that difficult base game and add in, you know, more accessibility options.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And I totally agree with you, but I'm just playing devil's advocate. Just
for sure.
People want to be able to gloat about what they did. And like, if you say, I beat Bloodborne, and people are like, oh yeah, what's the last boss? Then they're like, oh, this is the last boss. And there's only one difficulty. So, you know, they got to it or watched something. You know, it's just, I don't know what it is. The more I think about it, the stupider it is that there isn't accessibility.
It doesn't matter.
Easier stuff.
But also, it's one of those things where it's like it doesn't matter that much. It's still a good game. You can still play it, and people are just saying it'd be nice if it was there. It's not. Whatever. And then like someone says, "I wish it was there," and then, you know, people start crying about even suggesting that they could have accessibility options. It's like, I don't care that much, dude. You obviously do. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's just weird that people have such a hard stance. It reminds me of Star Wars, and it's very annoying. You know,
it is very Star Wars fan basey, isn't it?
Yeah, we're like,
it's like you're ruining Star Wars. It's like, it's more Star Wars is good Star Wars. You know, like,
but it's also
even if
like,
it's bad.
even if it's like with Star Wars, I agree with these people. It's like you guys take it to another extreme that's just so annoying, you know? Because like I could end up loving Elden Ring, and we all agree on that, and they'll still be like, "You're an idiot for even suggesting that there should be accessibility options." It's like I don't think you're hearing what I'm saying. Anyway.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's the constant cycle. It's the conversation every time one of these games comes out, and I think it's part of their marketing at this point to not do it.
So far, I'm digging it. I like the fact you can switch one hand, two hands, have double swords, a shield and a sword. Magic is big in this one. There's a sprint button. There's a jump button.
Yeah.
There's once you get your mount, there's a double jump button. Yeah. There's also a dash on your mount, so that's cool too.
Love that.
I just got the mount like right before we got on here, so I don't know a whole lot, but double jump feels good. I wish it was a triple jump.
There's a Yo Mama joke there somewhere with the mount.
Nice.
I don't know where it is, but it's there somewhere.
We'll leave it at that. Let's move on. Let's move on to the titties. This is tidbits of news that we just find interesting throughout the week. May turn into a story, may not. We'll see how the conversation goes. First titty. The 2022 Tokyo Game Show will be held in person. Yay!
Very cool. Yeah, it's happening.
It's not dead like E3, so
yeah,
cool. It's happening. You think it's because COVID's like winding down a little bit? People are less.
Yeah, of course.
People are more focused on Russia right now, and
totally.
COVID. It just doesn't seem like COVID is very.
Yeah, it's both those
prevalent.
things where it's like Russia's happening and everyone's focused on that, but also the numbers have declined like crazy since January. So hopefully that continues.
I'm gonna have a hot take that I know is gonna sound real bad.
Yeah, go for
it. I'm actually kind of like, I don't want to say it, but it's going to be blunt, and I don't mean it the way I'm going to say it. I'm kind of glad that Russia's doing something, because I'm so sick of hearing about COVID every week. On my drive to work, it's always like, oh, the numbers of COVID went up, went down, we're going sideways, people are dying.
I don't think Russia didn't need to do that. No, it was happening anyway, you know what I mean?
Just something big that everybody can get behind. Like, this has united a lot of the world. We don't have to get into it here.
We could though.
We could, but like, this whole thing has united a whole bunch of people, and everybody's like, oh, fucking something to focus on, you know? It's just a strange thing. I'm just glad that I'm not hearing COVID every fucking time I go to work now. Other titty that we got today, it came out like today. I feel like I read this. PlayStation's Twisted Metal TV series will be a comedy on Peacock. What is it called? Peacock.
That's it.
Streaming service. Peacock streaming service.
It's called Peacock. It's like NBC's streaming service.
That's right. Yeah. So that's weird. You don't have to pay for Peacock, right?
I think there is a paid one, and I think certain content you can't access without the premium. But you know, like their basic like Law and Order shows, I think you can access for free.
That's cool.
Maybe maybe this show will be a premium show.
I'd rather it not, because I don't want to pay for it, but I do want to see this Twisted Metal series because it's got
Anthony Mackie
in it, who plays Falcon, Captain Falcon.
He should play Captain Falcon.
No, who is Anthony Mackie?
He's Falcon.
He is Falcon, isn't he?
He's Falcon. He's Captain America. Yeah,
that's what I thought. Who's War Machine then? What is his name? Cheadle.
That's Don Cheadle.
That's Don Cheadle. That's right. Okay, yeah, I get them confused because they're practically the same fucking superhero, to be honest with you.
I mean,
well, they work for the government. They're government fucking.
One guy just flies.
One guy's got wings, and one guy's got fucking rockets. Like,
well, one guy is Iron Man version 1.0.
Right. Yeah.
And one guy just has wings.
Yeah.
and like a drone. Also, real quick, Cooking for Group. Yes, we're on YouTube now, live, baby. Welcome to YouTube Live, baby. We're also on Twitch still, live as well. We're on both things. So, anyway,
and
sorry.
soon to be on TikTok.
Maybe we'll see.
Hopefully. Yeah, that's cool. What do you think about the Twisted Metal series? You ever
I was actually gonna ask you, like, do you think it'll be connected? Because apparently they're working on some Twisted Metal game.
Yeah.
And do you think the show will be connected to the game, or you think they'll be like separate entities?
What I'm hoping for the Twisted Metal game is just Twisted Metal, which doesn't really have a story. Like, it's not like something that you deep dive into. It's just shoot people with missiles and car explosions and stuff like that. The Twisted Metal movie, I think, is going to follow Sweet Tooth. And
it's a show.
Or show. The Twisted Metal show is going to follow Sweet Tooth and how he becomes Sweet Tooth, if I had to take a guess.
Yeah, it's like they say he's like a milkman that's forgotten his memory.
He's an ice cream man.
Oh, whatever. Same difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
An ice cream man is a milkman if you really think about it.
I was just like wondering, like, because it could be like that Ratchet and Clank game that came out a few years ago, where like
I don't think it's gonna be that. Where like what it shows scenes from the movie.
Yeah, like the cutscenes were literally scenes from the movie, but the gameplay was still good.
That is very Twisted Metal to do something like that. To be honest.
And it would save them a lot of production, and with like the failure of Destruction All-Stars, maybe they don't want to make like a big $70 game for Twisted Metal, and they release it for $40. I don't know. I could see them potentially doing that. I don't know. Is this like a live action series, or is it like CG?
Yeah. I think it is.
Okay, but a lot of the car stuff was gonna be CG, so I'd imagine.
Oh, God. A TV series that's got a lot of CG. Oof.
I know. It's scary. It's getting better though every year. It's just like if it's on the CW, you got to be scared. That's when you get scared.
Yeah, that I lose all interest as soon
but
as I hear
it's on
CW.
It's on Peacock, which is not far away. So.
Well, Peacock's got what is that? Yellowstone? Is that right, or is that something else?
I don't know.
I hear Yellowstone's really good. Anyway, we got some events that happened. One of those events was the DICE Awards, and we won't run through them all. I'll just list off a couple of things that happened. Game of the Year from the DICE Awards went to It Takes Two. Outstanding achievement in animation goes to Ratchet and Clank.
Hold on. Let's slow it down real quick, okay? First of all, It Takes Two winning. Very cool. Very cool. I appreciate that.
I agree.
Same as Game Awards, by the way. Just thought I'd mention that. They both won.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Outstanding Achievement in Animation. Cool, it's Ratchet and Clank. Should have gone to Kena Bridge of Spirits. Absolutely. Much, like, that is way more impressive than Ratchet and Clank. Like,
120%.
That actually makes me upset. And I love Ratchet and Clank.
Well, this next one is also the same thing. Outstanding Achievement in Art Direction. Kena also lost to Ratchet and Clank.
Well, and straight up, like, Deathloop had like some really cool art direction. I didn't love the game, but one thing it did shine in was its style. It was stylish as fuck. And Kena, of course, like the animation is crazy. Ratchet and Clank was just Ratchet and Clank. I liked Ratchet and Clank, don't get me wrong, but what the fuck?
Yeah. Outstanding achievement in character went to Resident Evil Village for Lady Dimitrescu, which is,
I heard a lot of people get upset about this just because apparently she's only in the game for like the first fifth of the game.
No shit. Oh, man.
Yeah, because you end up like killing her like pretty early on or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't play it, so I have nothing to say.
Yeah,
Outstanding achievement in original music composition goes to Returnal. I would have to agree with this one.
Yeah, very good soundtrack. I appreciate
the music really helps you play the game. It really does. Audio design, also Returnal. Good.
Very cool.
Outstanding story Guardians of the Galaxy.
I appreciate that. I was talking about that last week where I was like, the one thing that this game shined in was its story. Its story was phenomenal. Yeah. Although, I will say one thing here. Psychonauts 2? What the fuck? How come not Psychonauts 2? Very underlooked game this year.
Yeah, I feel like Double Fine's really gotten fucked this year.
Yeah.
Like, I don't...
Truly, it was a phenomenal game. Just like totally overlooked.
Yeah. Outstanding technical achievement, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. That makes sense because of all the rifting. Action game of the year, Halo Infinite. Okay. Adventure game of the year, Guardians of the Galaxy.
No.
Family game.
No,
of the year.
That's bullshit. Okay. Guardians was not should not have won.
Oh yeah, Psychonauts 2 probably.
Psychonauts, any of these other games should have won.
It Takes Two. How does It Takes Two win Game of the Year when it doesn't win Adventure Game of the Year?
Yeah, that's fucking bizarre.
We're stopping there. We're stopping there.
Yeah.
It makes no fucking sense.
That doesn't make sense.
Don't even just cut this whole thing out. The whole fucking DICE Awards are rigged or something. I don't fucking understand.
A lot of people say like, how does a movie win Best Director and not Best film Direction. Or whatever? Well, that's different. But like, how does a movie not win best film when it won Best Director? And it's like, well, that makes sense because the Best Director could have not made the best film. He was just the Best Director.
Like
that literally doesn't make sense. How are you not the best adventure game but the best game?
Yeah, it makes no goddamn sense, and all of that is moot. I don't respect the DICE Awards ever again. Fuck you.
Fuck you, Greg Miller.
Wasted my goddamn time.
Although I saw this all over the news. I did not watch the DICE Awards, but I saw that like Greg Miller went on stage and said "fuck Bobby Kotick," which is very cool. Oh, Appreciate that. Thank you, Greg Miller.
Yeah, I mean, don't think that he doesn't do shit.
This man, he's all right.
Fuck Greg Miller.
Yeah, fuck him, but also
fuck Adam Kotick or whatever his name is. Bobby Kotick.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, I'm sorry, Greg. I respect you like a hell of a lot, but also fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you. We had a Pokemon thing. That was another event that happened, and I fucking didn't know about it until after everything came out.
Yeah, when I woke up, I was like, "Wait, what? That happened?"
There's a Pokemon Direct, and it's a doozy apparently.
Did you watch it?
I didn't. I didn't know about it until you posted it in this thing, and I'm like, "Holy shit! There's some shit."
Yeah, that's where the new games came from.
Yeah. So
I watched
I'll run through this list. If you have something, just interrupt me and stop me. Pokemon Go is getting the Alolan Pokedex, so you can have yourself some Alolan Executors on your team now, which is cool. I love Executor as an Alolan. He's just a fucking tall ass palm tree.
Yeah. Well, apparently the thing is like it doesn't come out till March 1st, but until then, the Executors are just going to be all over the map because they're funny.
Yeah, they're fucking great. Executor and Execute were like some of my favorites just because how stupid silly they were, along with the vanilla Pokemon. People hate the vanilla Pokemon. I'm like, no, dude, it's cute. It's funny. It's adorable.
Vanillish
and Vanillux. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I love that.
I like the keys. It's my favorite.
I don't like the keys. The keys are kind of...
There's not
much. There's not much to them. Like, they're just a fucking key ring. Pokemon Masters EX, celebrating 2.5 years. They're kicking off a massive conglomeration of trainers with almost 150 trainers in the game. They're just adding more shit and giving you free shit. It's a phone game.
Yes.
Pokemon Cafe Remix is... There's new delivery features, new Pokemon in the game, boost to the new puzzle mode.
People really like that shit.
You know, I tried to play Pokemon Cafe and I wasn't into it. It was just like tap the screen. And
is it like Diner Dash or like what is it?
Not at all. It's literally just you get these little Pokemon heads that fill up a circle, and you click on them. That's it. That's the whole thing.
Because if it was like Diner Dash, I'd fuck with that.
Super happy. Like if you like ran a cafe, if it was like a cafe tycoon, totally down. but no, it's got like a fucking puzzle mini game in it. Another thing was Pokemon Unite. A Pokemon Day event is kicking off in Pokemon Unite right now. Commemorative items will be available to all, as will mythic Pokemon Hoopla, albeit for a limited time. They are also Nintendo also teased the arrival of a Duraludon, which is a new Pokemon that looks like a skyscraper, I believe. So new Pokemon in Pokemon Unite. And Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shiny Pearl, Nintendo said it would soon be sending out Oak's letter to players as a mystery gift, allowing them to get the OG Pokemon Professor in the game. That's cool.
Yeah.
There's also, you can get Shaman on your team, it looks like, and it comes out March 27th. Pokemon Legends Arceus update. They're calling it Daybreak, which is kind of funny before I get into this, because the DLC for Monster Hunter is also called Daybreak. And
wow.
Yeah, so that's kind of funny. In this one, it's a free download available later today, focused on a new investigation causing a number of mass outbreaks. The update will also introduce a suite of new Pokemon battles at the training ground. To make the most of the content, you'll also be able to get 90 free balls, 30 each of Ultra, Gigatron, and Jet by using the password Arceus Adventure. Go do that, Jake. Do that. Get your... I don't know what an Ultra, a Gigaton, and a Jet Pokeball is.
But, well, you know what an Ultra Ball is.
I know what an Ultra Ball. That's classic.
I don't know what a Gigaton or a Jet Pokeball is. I haven't seen them yet.
Yeah. All right.
I imagine it. So in the game, sorry, because I think I do know what a Jet is. The Jet one is, so you've got your regular Pokeball, and then like the advancement of that is the
Great Ball.
The Great Ball, and then you've got ball. Then you've got a Heavy Ball, but then you've got a Laden Ball, which is like the upgrade of the Heavy Ball, and then there's a Sky Ball. I imagine the Jet Ball is the upgrade of the Sky Ball. So anyway, I don't know what a Gigaton Ball is.
Does the Sky Ball let you capture flying Pokemon more easily, I'm guessing?
Correct.
Okay.
You nailed it on the head there, Nick.
That's because a Heavy Ball lets you capture heavy Pokemon more easily.
That's true.
Nintendo also announced a new online animated series focused on Hisui region to release later in 2022. It seems to focus on the Hisuian Zorua.
I wonder if that's gonna be, like in the past, or like present day.
Who is Zorua?
I don't know.
Or what is Zorua?
I imagine it's some sort of Pokemon.
Oh, okay. Could be.
I don't know.
Could be. I don't know. There's a new animated thing. I won't watch it. Oh well. But the biggest news of everything surprised me completely.
Totally. Yeah. Totally.
And I'm super excited. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which is a terrible name, but you know
they're running out of ideas at this point.
You can only have so many, yin and yangs. I'm surprised they haven't used that yet. Pokemon Gen 9 has been confirmed in a new trailer. We got our first look at a new region, potentially inspired by Spain. That's what I was thinking. Described as open world, as well as a bunch of returning Pokemon. Okay, that's a stupid sentence. Most importantly, however, we got to see the game's starters. A grass-type cat, a water-type duck, a fire-type reptile that might be based on some kind of dinosaur. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are due to release late 2022, not summer. So probably around November when they usually release. Fucking stoked, dude. Stoked. I'm kind of glad I didn't get Arceus, because this is the one I'd get over Arceus, I feel.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's very surprising, right? I know you've made the argument before, and you constantly make the argument that Arceus is not a mainline Pokemon game.
Stand by it.
Well, and with this, it kind of seems like you're right. But, like, it is, though, in a way. It's not a new gen, but it is, like... It's a pretty massive game. I would have figured they would have used this as a substitute for a mainline game to extend.
100% agree with you on that. I thought that was going to be, instead of the mainline game, we're giving you this big interesting thing that we're just kind of working on. But they were like, we're going to give you both in the same year. And that's the craziest thing, is we get two big ass Pokemon games, right?
Well, I wonder, first of all, is it going to be delayed? I don't know. Maybe, possibly. No. Pokemon doesn't tend to delay shit. But I'm also, the other wonder is maybe Arceus was supposed to come out last year. So, like, there was supposed to be more time between these two games.
True.
But, Pokemon's just been pumping them out, dude, with, like, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and then fucking Arceus, and now this, like, so quickly. Just, it's insane. By looking at the trailer, right, like, it looks like they're taking a lot of what they did in Arceus and putting it into a mainline Pokemon game, which is cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if the game is not going to be as heavily around the
capturing.
Yeah, it's like in Arceus, the Pokédex has different things you have to do to, like, update your Pokédex. I wonder if they're going to get rid of, like, that aspect of the game and just kind of more basic, catch Pokemon, move on, Pokemon battles, do your thing, which is unfortunate because I really like that aspect of.
Yeah, I could see them doing away with that, because they kind of did away with that with other things that have happened, like, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Like, there's certain things in those games that they're like, yeah, we're not going back to that. So I could see them doing that. However, this game looks like a combination of the good of Sword and the good of Arceus. Like, we kind of learned our lesson. So if they are doing something based off of what people liked from the last couple of Pokemon games, maybe we will get, like, the Pokemon Collector, where you can fill out the Pokedex. It's not necessary. It doesn't move the story forward, but, like, seeing certain moves from Pokemon, and, like, that's just another step in completing the Pokedex.
Sure. I mean, like, that's already the case in this game, though. Like, you don't have to fill out the Pokedex if you don't want to.
Well, you have to fill out some of it.
Not
you
really.
have to hit, like, 5 things or something like that, or
I guess, because, like,
move on for certain.
It's
certain
just
missions.
it's like the gym badges, where, like, if you don't have this gym badge, you can't control a Pokemon over the level of, like, 40 or whatever. So,
oh, gotcha.
So, like, you have to fill out the Pokedex, I guess, just to hold stronger Pokemon. But, like, it kind of happens naturally at that point. But if you want to get all of the stars or whatever in Arceus,
it takes a little.
So
longer.
maybe you're right.
But
maybe it will be more like that.
That'd be awesome if it was just like, hey, there's a Pokedex. We won't give you all the information of the Pokemon, but we'll give you some of it, and as you fill it out, we'll give you more and more information.
Maybe.
And there's the gym battles. There's the Elite Four. There's more trainers to battle. You can battle your friends. You can trade your friends.
Right.
It's a multiplayer game. It would be so good. And I know I'm asking too much. It's fucking Game Freak. So they're going to take a lot of hopes and dreams and what ifs and just kind of do the bare minimum, and people will still buy it.
Right.
So,
well, and that's why I think, to me, it seems like they're going to do away with what we do in the Pokedex and Arceus, and, like, so that way they can make another Legends game and be like Pokemon Legends whatever, and that's another one where you fill out the Pokedex, and now they have 2 separate games that do 2 separate things. I totally feel like, yeah, we're going back to basic Pokemon. You catch the Pokemon, now your Pokedex is filled out. Which is, it sucks, because to me, I thought they would combine the 2 things. Right. And you say, I hope they're going to take the things that people like from Sword and the things that people like from Arceus. Arceus just came out last month. How the fuck do they know what people like in Arceus? They don't.
It's true.
So they were just building this game. That's my biggest concern, is like it seems a little soon, first of all, especially maybe for you, it's great because you didn't play Arceus, but for someone who just played Arceus, it's like, man, I don't think I need another Pokemon, but maybe that'll change by November. It just seems really soon. And very unexpected, and but whatever, it's cool, I guess. Yeah. I don't know what else to say about it.
I'm excited about it. because I didn't buy Arceus, so I don't have that Pokemon experience, and I'm looking for another RPG that isn't
I'll
going
let
to
you
kick
borrow
my ass
Arceus
like
when I'm done with
Elden.
it, by the way, if you want.
Oh shit, hell yeah.
I bought it physically, so
Nice. I mean, that's a good one to buy physically. Pokemon games, Mario games, first party games, and Pokemon games are the ones that you go with. Because
yeah.
you try fucking finding Heart Gold, Soul Silver for less than $50. You're not gonna do that. No
Yeah.
way.
Blue,
Unless
red
somebody
and blue.
doesn't know.
Red
Unless
and
somebody
blue.
doesn't know what they have. How much is red and blue going for? Like 30?
Oh, it's probably like $90, dude.
No shit. I have both of those and yellow.
Here, let's look it up. For sale. Red and blue for sale. Hopefully they'll know what I mean. Nope, just came up with car dealerships. Pokemon. Let's see. Here, let's go to eBay. Pokemon
Yeah.
Red and Blue. Here is they're a lot less than I thought. Here's a
30
4-pack.
bucks?
Here's a 4-pack for 80.
Oh.
4-pack of blue. Here's a red version though for 87.
Wow.
So red is more rare, I guess.
I had no idea. I'm looking at Pokemon Yellow.
Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow Trilogy complete, mint authentic, unopened, full box, $2,000. Ooh.
Well, unopened, yeah.
Well, it's opened. It just has everything, all of the like papers and stuff in the boxes, and that's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. The box is $160, $170. The cartridge itself seems to be going for $40 to $60, depending on condition.
You know, I wish Nintendo would quit playing and just put Game Boy games on the Switch. Just do it. Just add them.
Game Boy game? Yeah, seriously.
Add all of the old Pokemons on there. People would go apeshit. I would go apeshit because I never played Silver. Now's my time. Now's
You
my
gotta
time.
play Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Because
No.
follow you around. It's the same game. It's the same game.
It doesn't matter. I want the classic experience, dude.
Well, you're fucking wrong. Moving on. Let's go to the news. Yeah, before Jake can rebut. The next year's Call of Duty has been reportedly delayed for the first time ever to the following year. This comes from Rebecca Valentine at IGN. And she says the typical annual Call of Duty release planned for 2023 has reportedly, I can't say reportedly, been delayed into 2024. According to Bloomberg, sources familiar with the situation, executives in charge of the franchise have made the decision early after a recent entry in the series failed to meet expectations. You don't say, leading them to believe that Call of Duty current annual cadence of release was too rapid. The decision is reportedly unrelated to the recent Microsoft purchase of the publisher, and the 2022 Call of Duty release is still on track. And the 2022 Call of Duty release is still on track.
Yeah, so the 2023 one is the one that's reportedly being
delayed. There's one coming out this year.
Modern Warfare will come out this year.
Okay.
But the next one.
Okay, I got
but
you.
But keep reading, and we may turn back on that. So, yeah.
The recent entry is most likely Call of Duty Vanguard, which faced release competition with Battlefield 2042. Not much, though.
Tough
Come on, let's be
competition.
real. Yeah, seriously. I think the game just sucks. As well as free-to-play Call of Duty Warzone. A previous report noted that Vanguard sales had also been suffering due to the players feeling fatigued at Call of Duty's consistent release cadence, making these less interested in buying a new entry every year. Well, the problem is, right off the bat right there, is nobody wants to go back to World War II. It's boring. Don't do it again. Continuing the article, the annual Call of Duty release has traditionally been one of the game's biggest moneymakers, typically topping sales charts in the US at launch and remaining in the top 10 year-round. With a massive sale gap now looming, Activision is reportedly working on other projects to fill in the gap, such as ongoing content for 2022's Call of Duty release and separate new free-to-play online game that is yet to be announced. Yeah, it's still in the top 10. We go NPD numbers the whole time. It's still in the
No,
top
yeah, I have some serious issues with this article, and I was gonna, yeah, this article. So this article is written, they're taking from Jason Schreier at Bloomberg, which I would
10.
trust
Right.
that a lot more, but Bloomberg has a fucking paywall. So
Right.
yeah, that's where we are. Anyway, read this
Okay.
update.
Update. Activision has reached out to IGN with a statement on the report that 2023's Call of Duty release was being delayed to 2024. Quote, we have an exciting slate of premium and free-to-play Call of Duty experiences to look forward to next year and beyond. Reports of anything otherwise are incorrect. We look forward to sharing more details when the time is right. IGN has followed up with Activision to ask if this was a direct denial of the claims in the Bloomberg piece that specifically the typical major November Call of Duty release in 2023 would be delayed to 2024 and will update the story accordingly.
Yeah, sure seems like they were responding to that anyway.
Yeah, it sure does.
Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, we have an exciting slate of premium and free-to-play Call of Duty experiences for this year, next year, and beyond. So, I don't know who to believe. This is kind of all over the place, right? Because Bloomberg's usually pretty good with what they got.
Especially, Jason Schreier in particular.
Yeah, they're usually on top of it. And what I'm thinking in this situation is Jason had heard a rumor from somebody somewhere, a connection somewhere, and he's like, interesting. And just kind of flavored it differently. And then, Call of Duty saw this and went, oh, somebody let the cat out of the bag. We got to reel her back in, God forbid they wait a year to release a game.
Yeah. I don't know if I buy that because I do trust Jason Schreier. I don't think he just heard a rumor. I am thinking one of the devs who work there probably told him hey,
that's what I mean.
Yeah. And I don't think it's a rumor. I think it's totally going to get delayed unless they really whip them into crunch mode. I think it's probably going to get delayed because of COVID or whatever it is. And they can say this right now because it's not very specific. Mm-hmm. It sounds like they're replying to what they're saying. They don't want to announce that right now. Right. They would rather probably, I'd imagine, next year just not announce anything and just let the year go by without even mentioning it.
Without even a second thought. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they're we can say this right now and no one will even think about it in a few months. And we'll deal with the backfire next year or whatever. But also the other thing is they're saying this happened because of Vanguard or whatever. Dude, Vanguard's selling great. Vanguard maybe initially didn't sell super well, but I think over the course of this year it'll sell just fine, and it's been number one since it came out pretty much. My other guess is that they saw how well Modern Warfare did, the new one, the one that came out in 2017, 2018.
Yeah. 2019, I believe.
Was it 2019? Whatever. Mm-hmm. Whenever that one came out, right? That one specifically had such a tail to it, and they kept adding seasons to it. And I think they saw the benefits of just wait, we could just have one game for a while. And I think they saw the benefits of that specifically with the last Modern Warfare game. And I think they're looking at that probably thinking, well, why don't we just go 2 years with Modern Warfare? Because we can. And along with releasing a new Warzone this year as well, why not just go 2 years? Yeah.
That's what I wanted to touch on is the fact that Modern Warfare 2019 was probably one of the most recent Modern Warfare Call of Duty games to actually be good. People unanimously are who play Call of Duty are this is a good one.
Yeah, and people really liked the seasons too.
The content that came out. Absolutely, it worked. It worked really well, especially alongside Warzone because it would update with Warzone. This next Call of Duty is also going to be a Modern Warfare title, so I feel they're yo, Call of Duty Modern Warfare did really well. Let's just do the same thing again. Extend that bitch out for
Right.
2 years or however long, and just because it's doing so good. Like when I was playing Modern Warfare, I didn't want them to release Black Ops because I'm like, dude, as soon as they release Black Ops, they're not going to support Modern Warfare anymore. And they didn't. They stopped everything. All the season passes, all the new updates, all the weapons and bullshit and characters and stuff that you unlocked. It was just like, all right, bye to those guys. You got to buy the new game to do anything. And I didn't like the past 2 games, so I haven't played Call of Duty since. And just it gets me excited to think of a at least 2-year cycle with another Modern Warfare game if they do it the way that they did previously. Yeah, it's. I feel like you're absolutely right. Where they're just gonna let it blow by. They're just not gonna say anything. They're just gonna be like,
well,
E3
I
comes
also,
up, no Call of Duty is going to be there, or it'll be like Warzone update, or Modern Warfare 2 update, or something like that. Nothing about a new game until the next year.
Oh, and they could totally blame it next year on the whole Xbox acquisition too.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
I think that has a lot to do with it as well. Is the Xbox
right now they can't, but next year they can be like, well, that's
Yeah, the Xbox did it to us.
Yeah, this is Xbox's fault. And then Xbox will take over and be like, yeah, we're on a 2-year cycle now.
Yeah, exactly. But Xbox takes over pretty much right after Modern Warfare comes out. It's the next fiscal year, so it's like April 2023, I think is what the thing is. So Modern Warfare 2 will be out for a few months. And then I'm sure that once they're taken over, it'll be like, all right, well, now we got to rework everything. Like figure out what is going on, take a year off.
Well, maybe, or I think like this is already, I think, the move that they would want to take anyway. Like, let's release a new game every 2 years instead of every year. Mm-hmm. This allows the team to work at a more steady rate on the next title. We could still have the 3 studios working on the games or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
And then when the game launches, you have a smaller studio work on the
updates.
All the updates and stuff, and that team can start working on the next game and then continue that on. It just makes so much sense. And
your cycle makes way more sense.
Yeah, and you can milk each game for more money.
For longer. You won't have the initial like $60-$70 release date bonus, that you would normally have. Like, oh, we sold millions of copies.
Right.
But we sold millions of a skin, Well,
and when you look at it every month on the MPD numbers, it's not like the sales slow down throughout the months, right? Like throughout, you see it last year, like the top games last year were World War II or whatever it was.
Call of Duty World at War. Or
World War II, I think. I don't know, whatever it was, and Vanguard. Those were the top 2 selling games of last year. So it's like
there's a reason for it.
We could just consolidate these 2 things and have one top selling game for 2 years.
And then as soon 2 years go by, it'll start to dip.
It'll dip,
and then it'll hit like number 10, and then they'll release another one, and there'll be another one.
Yeah, totally. Makes a lot of sense. Just do that.
And it keeps it fresh, like the whole time. Like it's not. People aren't going to get burned out because you're taking all of their shit away just to release a different game that's the same game. Totally sucks. It sucks. Let's move on. Last story. Here we go. Nintendo won't allow Super Smash Bros. At EVO 2022. This comes from Ethan Gack at Kotaku. I think that's how you say his name.
I think it's Gash.
Gash?
Or Gotch. I don't know.
Ethan Gotch. Gotcha. Super Smash Bros. Won't be featured at EVO 2022, the biggest fighting game event of the year. The Sony-owned esports organization announced the loss of the platform fighter in a statement on Twitter today and appeared to blame the decision on Nintendo, which has historically tried to tighten control how its games are featured out in the wild. After revealing that the full lineup of games to be played at EVO 2022 would be announced in a live stream on March 8th on Twitch, the organization preempted questions about Smash Bros. By saying up front that it wouldn't be included. Quote, we want to let you know in advance that Super Smash Bros. Will not be making a return appearance. And quote, Evo's organizers wrote, since 2007, we've seen historic Super Smash Bros. Moments created at Evo's events. We are saddened that Nintendo has chosen not to continue the legacy with us this year. A couple of things come to mind for this. They are gearing up, just off the cusp. This could be fake news. This could be fake news. Sorry.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Russia. China.
I think Nintendo is gearing up to re-release Super Smash Bros.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
How?
Think about it. It's a
Why?
Nintendo 64 game. Right?
No. They're talking about Smash Ultimate here.
Oh. Are they? Are you
Yes.
sure?
Yes, that was the only one that was at Evo 2 years ago. And the one that was popular was Melee, but Melee wasn't at the last Evo, so.
Well, fuck me then. I don't know why they would do this. This is a stupid move.
This changes everything.
Fuck you, Nintendo. You're just a big bully who doesn't let anybody play with your toys.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are saying, Evo's owned by Sony, and they don't want to, because Evo got bought out by Sony, I guess. And they're actually blaming Sony for this or whatever, and it's just like, no, dude, this is like, we talked about this last week too, I think, about something. I don't even remember what. But with the Wii U closing down and Virtual Console going away and stuff, and game preservation, and Nintendo's so bad at game preservation. They are, and they're bad at communities as well. I know recently there was a lot of the drama with the Smash community where a bunch of them came out as like sex pests, I guess. So I could kind of understand why Nintendo's like, we just don't want to be part of that shit. But at the same time, it's like there's a huge community of people that love they love this community. Like, this is why they play the game. This is their community, and you're just killing it. Killing it 100%. Nintendo always does this shit. And I guess Smash Bros. Isn't a fighting game. Confirmed.
Yeah. I mean, it never was. Come at me. But
I don't think it matters. It totally was.
No, it wasn't. Fuck you.
If you go to Wikipedia pages, it says it's a fighting game. Like,
it's a brawling game.
It's a fighting game.
It's do not agree.
Party fighting game.
Okay. Sure. Come at me.
But like ultimately, it's semantics. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. It's just Nintendo being a fucking prick, as they always are. I hate Nintendo, dude. Nintendo, power to the players is dead. That's fucking GameStop.
That was GameStop.
You know what I mean?
Well, Reggie's there, so.
Yeah, Reggie is there. That's why he left, because now he took the power of the players with him. Yeah,
what this reminds me of, like, hella reminds me of, is they were doing live events, right, for Melee. In 2020, there was like a Melee live event, which you're allowed to do if you own the consoles and the games. You're allowed to do Melee events, right? Like, you can just do that. Right. If you actually bought, like, these are my systems, these are my games.
Right.
But when COVID happened, they used a mod so you could play it online, and fucking Nintendo closed that shit down. And that's why I don't think the whole like Sony is the issue. It's not Sony, it's Nintendo.
No way. No way, dude.
And a lot of people could say, well, maybe Nintendo wants to make their own thing. They won't. If it was like, they don't want to be part of Evo because it's Sony, so they're making their own Nintendo Smash event, great. I would be like, okay, that's cool. I'm into that. They're not going to do that, though. They're not going to do that, though.
I don't think that would be cool even, because, as you say, Smash is a fighting game. So it belongs in a fighting game tournament style
Well, when I
event.
say cool, I would just be like, I just mean like it'd
It's
be more
acceptable.
it'd be understandable. Like I'd understand where they're coming from. But
Right.
with them doing literally nothing else,
Yeah.
like it's hard. It's
Yeah.
stupid. It's stupid as fuck. Nintendo sucks. Eat my ass, Nintendo. Anyway, I'll keep buying your systems.
But, yeah. Anyway, that's all we got for the news. Here are some recent reviews via OpenCritic, the ones that came out last week. Shadow Warrior 3 has a 74 out of 40 critic reviews. Elden Ring has a 96 out of 126 critic reviews, which is the highest rated game on OpenCritic. So fucking bizarre. And I think OpenCritic's been around since 2014. So anything after 2014, Elden Ring is better than. So there's a game called Atelier Sophie 2, The Alchemist and the Mysterious Dream. They got an 83 out of 35 critic reviews. Grid Legends got a 77 out of 47 critic reviews. Martha is Dead, it got a 70 out of 56 critic reviews. Nobody said in any sort of audience discussion. What's that?
Hold on. Before we move on from the open critic stuff, I want to take a
Yeah.
look at our fantasy critic real quick here.
Oh yeah,
okay?
because you have Elden Ring. That's right.
I'm pulling it up. It's here. Well, and I was also waiting, for all of these big drops to happen. Sifu, Horizon,
Right.
that. But so we're up here. We're looking at it. Me right now, I'm in first place with 32 points. My only game that I have is Elden Ring.
Yeah.
But I got 32 points. In second place is Nekoklatsu. And Nekoklatsu, let's scroll down to Nekoklatsu. Yeah, he got Horizon Forbidden West, which gave him 19 points, and The King of Fighters, which got him 11 points. So,
But you guys haven't your counter picks have not come out yet.
um,
And that's kind of what does it for people.
true. And we'll continue to look at this throughout the year. I'm Nekoklatsu running out of money as well. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, I did.
And I've only spent 20 because I just figured people weren't spending money. So, and then there's Pat with 26, you with 23, Mischievous Vixen with 9 because of Sifu not doing too hot.
What? Sifu's not doing very well?
Well, it did fine enough. Let's scroll down here to Never Hard. Yeah, it got an 80 on OpenCritic, so she only got 10 points.
I went down.
Yeah. And
Damn.
yeah, Cody's got 76 from Dying Light, which gave him 6 points. Yeah, we looked at Nekoklatsu. Volpinator has nothing out yet. And you, with Pokemon Legends, got 14 points, and Ollie Ollie World got 15 points. But with Dying Light 2, you lost 6 points, which is not bad.
It's not bad.
Not bad at all. Good counter pick.
It was an okay counter pick.
It's a good call. Stalker 2. Pick that up. Like that.
I picked that up, yeah, because I'm like, it's not going to come out. So I'll have to change it anyway. But it's kind of like I'm kind of waiting for everything else to happen,
Yeah, my board is filling up here because I've picked up a few things. I picked up I got rid of my First Light Destiny First Light, and I picked up Microsoft Flight Simulator Top Gun Maverick. So
nice.
Hopefully that'll do me good. And I also picked up.
Comes out.
Yeah, hopefully it comes out. I think the movie's coming out, so there's a good chance. And I picked up Little Kitty Big City. Anyway, just wanted to look at that. Don't know if that made sense at all in
Probably not
context, but whatever. Who cares? It was fun.
Next week,
I had a good time.
Good. I'm glad. Next week, fuck you. Next week, Shadow Warrior 3 comes out, and again, it's got a 74 on OpenCritic. So I don't know if you want to pick this up. It comes out for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC.
I hear it's awful.
On March 1st.
Yeah, I've heard it's awful. So
yeah, Babylon's Fall comes out for the PlayStation and PC on March 3rd. This is Platinum's game, if I'm not mistaken.
That was that game that you were torn about. Yeah.
I was super excited when they announced it, and now that I've seen nothing on it, I am like, this game is gonna flop. 100%.
Yeah. I agree.
100%.
I agree.
It's going to be bad and it's going to flop. So,
I hope I'm
and
wrong,
they're known.
but
Platinum's known to do that though. Like they released the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, and that didn't do very well either. But then the next game was Nier Automata, and it was like, holy fuck, they can make a game. So, who knows?
what was their last game?
Nier
Replicant.
Replicant, yeah.
And then probably Astral Chain before that, huh?
Yep. Gran Turismo 7 comes out for PlayStation consoles on March 4th, and Triangle Strategy comes out on the Switch on March 4th. So look for those.
Very excited.
Exciting month, actually, or exciting week, actually,
Yeah.
minus the Shadow Warrior thing.
It's a crazy year for video games. Like every week there's something big coming out. So.
Something new. Check out our other Loner Cast shows, such as the Spoiler Cast, which we record immediately after this on twitch.tv/LonerCast. Follow the show on Twitter at LonerCast1. Follow Jake on Twitter at EmergencyPizza_. Follow me on Twitter at Fatal_Microwave. And follow the show. Subscribe, hit the bell, ding the bell, like the video.
Ding the little.
Share the video, please. And yeah, we'll see you. We'll see you next time. And don't forget, your mother needs her teeth brushed too.